Hi, this is Jason, the ADHD gardener, and I wanted to share what I'm growing this summer. And I'm going to plant some things that are still cold hardy. If you watch some of my other videos, maybe not, because I don't have many subscribers yet. So if you haven't subscribed, you probably should. But I wanted to show you guys what I'm growing, and I'll plant a few more things that are cold hardy and show you my maps for the outside. So let's see, where do I want to start? So I don't know about you guys, but my seed collection has gotten a little crazy. And so I needed another container. I have everything organized in alpha order up front. And here, let me come up to the camera so you could see. You take a look here. Anything that has, more than a couple types of seeds, they get a tab. So I know I have a lot of lettuces, beans, tomatoes, peppers, and so forth. I have other things in here. I also have seed packages because I do plan to collect seeds from my vegetables so I don't have to keep buying them. And I also have my microgreen seeds in here too, which I need to continue growing. This is what I have for this year. And I am going to show you. Okay, so earlier on I did show you guys that I was planting onions already, kale, and also peas. So those are already starting to grow, which I'll have to show everybody. And I have a bunch of other things to grow here. However, these are a little more not cold hardy. So I wanted to show you guys what I have. I have two types of cucumbers. I have lemon cucumber that I'll be growing. This I ordered especially for my husband because he likes Persian cucumbers. And we have butternut squash, table queen squash. And let me tell you, this thing, I grew this last year. This thing took over the yard. It was really cool. Yeah, I mean, it took over our hostas. It took over our paths in the backyard. And my husband asked if I could cut away some of the plant, and I said no. Bush beans, long purple eggplant, which we've never grown, so this will be interesting. And I've heard that you've only needed, for eggplants, you only need like a couple plants for how much they actually produce. San Marzano, I do want to try canning this summer, and so I plan to have 30 tomato plants of San Marzanos. So I saved these from last year. Sun sugar tomatoes. Oh my gosh, these are sweet. These are so good, these cherry tomatoes. They're bright orange when they're completely ripe. And they're one of those snacks that you just go in the backyard and they're ready and you just eat them. This is a new one for me, Hartman's yellow gooseberries tomato. Okay, this looks really cool, pineapple tomatillo. I planted Aunt Molly's ground cherries last year and I never was able to bring them inside because I ate them all before they ever got inside. So I think I gave my husband one and then I ate the rest. So it was good. And this Aunt Molly's ground cherries, you can make jam out of them. You can make like a filling for a pie. Very tart. These I've never grown, so I can't tell you what they're going to be like, but we'll see. The Amana tomato. Tess's Land Race Current tomato. One of my friends had these really small cherry tomatoes in their garden and they were amazing to pick off the vine. So I'm hoping this is similar to what I had at my friend's house. Pekino yellow piquillo peppers. Lemon drop peppers, which I think these have a little, these are spice and tangy. I plan to dry a lot of my peppers to make kind of like a seasoning out of them and to keep them longer and use them on things through the winter next year. Jalapenos, love growing jalapenos. Okay, these are really cool, these Big Jim chilies. They're pretty large, they're mild, and if you let them sit on the plant until they turn red, they get sweeter. They are excellent. And then, of course, our regular Keystone Giant bell peppers, too. So those are all of tomatoes, peppers, and squashes, and beans. And then, as I said before, I also have an herb garden. And this is from Amazon. So if you take a look closely, you have 18 different herbs that you can plant. And I'm going to start the cold hardy ones today. Also, flower. Oh, here's some other beans I forgot. Okay. I saved Zinnia Seeds from last year. I call them Walmart zinnias because they're from Walmart. These are my Walmart Colia seeds. They were beautiful. Black-eyed Susan. These are, I do have a pollinator garden in the back, and so I collected these from my Black-eyed Susans. More wildflower seeds because I want to get back to the environment and make sure we have pollinators in the yard. This is the, I think, status apricot flowers. Blue's bachelor button. These are edible flowers you can put in salads. Just picked these up last week. Gazania sunshine mixed flowers. Aren't those really cool looking? And Cosmos Cosmic Orange. Yeah. So I got my seed pod tray ready here. What's nice about the end of the summer is that things go on clearance. This is the Jiffy tomato and vegetable greenhouse. It has 36 pellets in it that, of course, create these pods. I like these a lot better than the smaller ones because as the plants grow, there's plenty of room for the roots to grow towards the bottom of each pod. I have some other types that I'm going to be trying out, and I'm sure that once I really get this niche down, I will have consistent ways of growing in my greenhouse to transplant. But for now, just dabbling in different things to see what works best for me. So, I want to start my herb garden. These are the ones that I can't start right now. It's too cold. Lavender, Italian basil, summer savory, rosemary, dill, fennel, and cilantro. Fennel is not completely an herb. You can use the top part of it as an herb, but we do like fennel. But right now, what I can also, pardon me, what I can grow now is catnip, chervil, chives, Italian parsley, marjoram, tarragon, I'm probably not pronouncing all these right, sage, mountain mint, thyme, lemon balm, Italian oregano. Okay, here we go. All right, so I finished planting some of the cold hardy herbs. So I have sage, and I have tarragon, marjoram. Not really, I don't know, how do you pronounce it? Marjoram. Italian parsley, chives. This is lemon mint and lemon balm. I have a lot of mint in the backyard still, so I only have 2 pods of those, lemon balm 2 pods. Italian oregano are the first 2 and thyme are the back 2. And I'm planning to get more and buy more, you know, make sure we have plenty. Chervil for these. And then also catnip. So I call this the garden rail herb garden. Bin 1 will be the Mediterranean garden. Lavender, oregano, marjoram. Bin 2. More Mediterranean herbs that go together, sage, thyme, rosemary. Bin 3 will be moisture-loving herbs, tarragon, Italian basil, cilantro. Bin 4 is the parsley family. Chervil is part of the parsley family, it's French, and then Italian parsley. Bin 5 is tarragon. I'm going to go get some lemon verbena and lemon thyme. These smell so good together. This rail garden is going to be in our deck. So while we sit there, it'll be really nice to smell that. And then bin 6 will be our mint family: mountain mint, lemon balm, and catnip. So anything that's highlighted is what I just planted, since they can tolerate cooler temperatures. This is what I have planned out for the rest of the garden. Our house is right here, and this is southern exposure this way. Peppers will go more towards the side here next to the house. And then I have about approximately how many plants I want of each one of the seeds I showed you earlier. And then this here will be the major part of the garden. It's about 18 by 16 feet. And I'm planning to get 2 cattle panels, kind of make like archways, to have the squashes grow over and the currant tomatoes. And we think it'd be really pretty. And then in the A6 area will be flowers. So, and then each area are going to be tomatoes otherwise. The W in the corners mean wigwams. I'll show you how I'm going to make wigwams. And the wigwams are going to have plants that can grow up them, so like peas and different types of beans. And then here is where I'm going to have on my cattle panels. Oh, I forgot to mention the cucumbers. One thing I didn't do in my first video is show you guys that I cover seedlings I'm just starting to make sure the moisture stays in. I am going to bring them to the greenhouse now, put them in, and put them on a heating mat, and see them start growing. Once they start growing, once I start seeing plants growing out of it, then I will add lighting to it too. All right, and now for the final part, I have everything that I just planted right here and covered on a heating mat in the greenhouse. I set the temperature at 60 degrees, and well, we'll see what starts happening soon. Once I close the door of the greenhouse, it will get warmer again. It's been staying around 45 degrees in the greenhouse, which is totally fine. Right now I have the door open, so if you look on the hydrometer here, we're at 36 degrees. The high has been 41 about in the past 24 hours with 95% humidity in here. So I'm glad that it's humid, there's moisture. And if you look here, this is what I first planted: onion, kale, and peas, and they're starting to come up. And once we get the plants coming up, especially the peas, I'll thin them out to make sure there's one per pod. Kale and onions, I'm not really worried about. Onions, I'm fine if they bunch. Kale is going to go into a pot on our deck with netting over it to make sure that our white moths don't eat all of it again. And then, like I said before, once this starts growing, I will turn these lights on here, and they will be on a timer too. That's it for now. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks for joining. Take care.